So I've been having a lot of conversations with this viewer, Jared. All right. We have been discussing what may potentially happen for ADA as we move through the next several months, as we get close to the halving. He's on the more bearish side of things. He's discussing possible, major retracements, 30 to 50% movement, dropping all the way down to 30 cents. And I'm obviously more on the bullish side. Do I think retracements are possible? Absolutely. In fact, I think they're likely. But I don't think that we go through as big of a retracement as he is discussing. And so I want to kind of talk about these scenarios. So he's talking about, macro factors and big money still sitting on the sidelines, and that this rally was all, essentially instigated by retail money, which is in part true, right? Whales have been doing heavy accumulation. You can't ignore that. But the problem is you're missing the bigger picture when it comes to the capital that still needs to get into crypto. You have to remember what happens during these times, during these market cycles. Some people I know in the past have referenced, oh yeah, if this is what you're expecting to happen, then it's probably not going to happen. Well, the problem is that historically, this is what happens every time. The reason why it continues to happen is because we are so far before mass adoption that new people coming in don't look at history. They don't look at what happens during these times because they don't really know. That's why things stay consistent. That's why the charts continue to play out the way they do. It has a big part to do actually with psychology, right? So when I looked at these scenarios, this is kind of the move that he's talking about. Basically what I did was I took what happened in the last market cycle and this major correction that we experienced, and really what it had to do with was the COVID crash. Again, major economic black swan event that brought crypto down, brought stocks down. Everything went into essentially a mini recession, and we went on this major drop, right? So I basically just laid that over the top here. This, for example, would bring ADA all the way down to, 19 cents, 20 cents. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I do not. In fact, what we need to, again, remember is how close we are to the Bitcoin halving here. We are, guys, we're only 11 days away. I think it is 115 days away. We are very close and time is running out. What I think is actually a more realistic thing that may play out is actually this chart right here. I've talked about possible retracements down all the way to 40 cents. You would still need BTC to flip, somewhat bearish. You'd still need, major retracements on BTC down even to like the high 30s. But I think right now BTC is showing it's more likely to stick in that 40 to 42K range. And if we do go down and show some consolidation and get down to these levels, we may have a pretty consistent climb into the halving and put us somewhere up around, 90 cents to $1. That would not surprise me in the slightest. Okay. Retracements, guys, they are possible. We had such a rip roaring run. They're in the game. All right. And it's really not that big of a deal. It happens. But the problem is, in these discussions, he talks so much about the macro factors. I'm not calling you out, man. I'm just obviously trying to have a much broader discussion about this. The problem is, yes, these macro factors do play an impact into the market, but the problem is that as time has gone on during this bear market cycle, as you've noticed, as we've gotten closer and closer to the bull market, basically the confirmation happening now, the problem is these factors have played less of an impact. Just look at the last time that the SEC came out and alleged ADA as a security again. It did almost nothing to price. Some of the negative macro factors that we've experienced from, some of these reports like the CPI and the PCE and jobs report and all these things, even when they've been somewhat bearish, the market hasn't really cared that much. We're into that period of time where the market is more likely to follow history and consistently do what it's done in the past than it is to buck the old trends because of some of these minute things that are happening. Now, I do have to say, there's always the possibility that we could enter a recession. And obviously that would play an impact in price. I will 100% confirm that. We'd probably have drops across the board. But then again, it becomes a question of how bad of a drop is there? If there is all this big money that's waiting on the sideline to enter, like Jared says it is, which I 100% agree with, there's so much capital that has not come in yet. Do you think they wait that long for 50% retracements to start building their positions? I doubt it. Right? There's a lot of capital ready to go. And think about how much bigger of an impact things are going to be when you do have the door open in terms of spot Bitcoin ETFs, real institutional money ready to enter the crypto ecosystem. Again, entering BTC first, dragging up liquidity pools. Asset prices can run to absolutely wild levels. That's the reason why I say 50% retracements, they're no longer in the game. If this was 6 months ago, if this was a year ago, absolutely. I could 100% see that. But we're past those times. We're basically entering the bull market. We are 4 months away from the Bitcoin halving. The problem is time has essentially run out. Those bearish times that we could experience would take a major, major black swan event. And simply put, I just don't see it happening really anytime soon. So I appreciate you as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you appreciate the dialogue and the discussion. You know, there are a lot of things at play. And right now, everybody's thoughts about where the market's going is really just a guess. Nobody knows 100% sure. Some will be right, some will be wrong. But this is also why I haven't been playing games. I haven't been playing games with my position. I've just been accumulating. If price goes lower, great, I'm buying. If price goes higher, awesome, then we won, right? But there we sit. So appreciate you guys as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Show your support below. Let me know your thoughts. But I hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.